People commonly search for the panacea for their ails. What is the one compound that just solves like a majority of issues in one particular element, the physiology, some organ or whatever? And oftentimes there isn't a panacea for like most things. It's just, you got to do a bunch of different things in a very targeted way to get some resolution of an issue. But when it comes to gut issues like bloating, acid reflux, even SIBO, ulcers, gastritis, and probably other disorders, there is one compound that is exceptionally effective because the root cause of a lot of people's reflux and digestive problems has to do with a spiral-shaped bacterium that is very common, that a lot of people have, that the tests throw false negatives on. In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the most effective solutions for this issue, which ends up curing people's digestive ails, and it's called Mastic Gum. Anytime. What supports this broadcast is our epic nootropic products. Look, Supercharged Dopamine is the most popular course we have ever put out. It's the holy grail of dopamine hacking. So is Nootropics Mastery, pretty popular. 20% off both of these courses right now. Code for that is 20 now. Cortex Stack, Focus and Flow in a Bottle, High Level Mental Energy, 25% off right now. Code for that is 25 Cortex. Torque Stack, if you want the best nootropic there is in the land, just buy Torque. Or don't buy it, and I'll just take it all. 25% off. Code for that is 25 Torque. And I am a consultant on TRT, nootropics, biohacking, sexual dysfunction, ED, and a host of other things. And you can hire me in under a minute at livecortex.com. So what I'm going to do in this video is start with the cause of most digestive ails. Now, listen, I want to make it clear in saying this may not be the cause to your digestive issue. There's many things that make people's digestion pretty shitty. It could be your booze, it could be your diet, it could be a host of things. But a significant cause of people's indigestion, reflux, bloating, and even SIBO is Helicobacter pylori, otherwise known as H. pylori. One of the most sinister things that this spiral-shaped bacterium that ends up in your stomach, not in your intestines, it's not SIBO, it's in your stomach, is that it prevents the cells that secrete hydrochloric acid or stomach acid from secreting acid correctly. It's like your food just ends up kind of putrefying, sitting in your stomach for longer than usual, and then it ferments and it causes gas and it causes reflux and it causes ulcers and it causes gastritis. It is thought to cause 90% of ulcers, dude. This is an Illinois government site that states about 2/3 of the world's population is infected with H. pylori. 2/3 of nearly 8 billion people. There's a degree of H. pylori that all of us live with, but it gets past a certain point, and this is where it causes issues. It is implicated in gastric cancer, among other chronic conditions. So, to the regular digestive ails that people have, are the most common ones like reflux. If your parietal cells do not secrete enough stomach acid, you are going to have reflux. You're going to have bloating. You're going to have general indigestion. And that could turn into SIBO, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. All right, you want these cells here, the parietal cells, to adequately secrete gastric acid. Now, here's the really, really sinister thing. You may have gotten tested for H. pylori and you didn't have it. Well, guess what? There's a 56% false negative reading when you go and test the stuff. I mean, if you even drank some peppermint oil, or took a peppermint oil supplement, or anything that you took was antimicrobial, it might not show up in your test. And you think, I don't have H. pylori, something else might be causing my gut. People go on for 10 years, because they had a negative on H. pylori 10 years ago. Hey, bro, it probably is H. pylori. I need you to do me a little bit of a favor, huh? Just one little fucking favor, if you would. Would you just hit the like button just one time? Just hit the like button, all right? I need 100 on this one. All right, so that's something to keep in mind. It is the cause of a lot of people's digestive issues. Not everybody's, but a lot of people's. All right, so enter Mastic Gum. I have Jarrow's up because Jarrow is a very reputable company, and this is the stuff that I use and truly love, and I've suggested it to a lot of people. It's been very effective, highly rated, lots of reviews. Mastic Gum is a resin obtained from the mastic tree. Okay, so this comes from a tree. It is so think of it. All things that come from some foreign tree are usually effective. We have a nootropic that's like that. Huperzia serrata comes from like a Chinese club moss. They go, it is also known as Tears of Chios, being traditionally produced on the island of Chios. A good quality mastic gum supplement, which I suggest you take to get rid of H. pylori and to resolve gut issues, should actually smell piney. It should smell piney. Like you should smell it, and it smells like you're sitting in a forest of very, very deeply piney trees. Most mastic gum comes between 500 and 1,000 milligrams per dose. It's really difficult what dose is going to work best for you, but I would suggest on an empty stomach in the morning 1,000 milligrams, and on an empty stomach at night another 1,000 milligrams, possibly even more. Again, people are going to have to go up to 2 grams per session. But this stuff cures people's digestive issues that they have dealt with for years. Right? This is not hyperbole. Because if you get to the bottom, first of all, if you actually figure out what is causing it and you're not theorizing about it, or you are theorizing about it, but you're right, your theory is right, and then you target that thing in your physiology with some supplement or drug or treatment or whatever, you're going to have resolution of the issue. Most of people's issues is that they're theorizing the wrong thing about what is causing their health problem or whatever. So they can't adequately target it. When it comes to digestive issues, especially reflux, bloating, and SIBO, and ulcers, this is the stuff that has people on PPIs forever, proton pump inhibitors, which are doing the opposite of what you want. They are stopping the secretion of stomach acid. You just don't want that. Once you get to the bottom of your issue, and a lot of times it's H. pylori, and mastic gum will solve the issue when taken consistently, therein you have resolution. I just want you to have a gander. Like if you go read Jarrow's mastic gum on Amazon and look at the reviews, just like look at all of the 5-star reviews. This guy, mastic is fantastic. Read my story about H. pylori. This person, I was told by the doc, I went to the doc and was told that I had a bit of reflux and put on Prilosec for a week, which did not help. Yeah, no surprise. After waking up in the middle of the night with severe stomach pain and getting an average of 4 hours of sleep per night, I ordered this. I took it as soon as it arrived in the mail. I felt a muffled boosh. I've never heard that one. A boosh? Interesting choice of words there, twin mom. Look here. Look right in mine eyes. Subscribe to the channel, please. It really makes a difference. I would really appreciate it if you would just hit that sub button. Go ahead and do it. I'll wait. Here's one. I had awful GI issues for years, numerous trips to multiple doctors. Does this sound familiar for those of you with gut issues? You go to an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and they're like, oh, it's LPR, and you got some irritation in your throat from acid. Like that's all they know. And they're like, oh, just PPIs. But okay. If the issue is H. pylori, which is preventing stomach acid secretion, and your food is just sitting fermenting in your stomach and not digesting well, and you've got less motility, less speed with which your stomach turns food into chyme and gets into your intestines, like you don't want to be reducing stomach acid. Doctors are just stuck in their pharma influences the picture. Guy goes, wasted money. I finally gave up on Western medicine and decided to focus on natural Eastern care. I tried many approaches, blah, blah, blah. One night I came across mastic gum in my research, decided to give it a try. It was cheap and had no side effects. Started taking one pill in the morning, and at night on an empty stomach, he goes, look at this. Bam, my life changed. Within 2 weeks, within 2 months, I'm giving it too much credence here. I was back to healthy GI system I had years ago. No more painful bloat. That felt like I was a character in Aliens. I talk to people like I can really only eat this, and this, and people get stuck in a regimen of eating like oatmeal and blueberries and chicken, and like that's all they can tolerate. Look, you got to get to the bottom of your gut issues, and you can eat again. You can enjoy food again. You get nutrients again. This review we'll go over is this one: stops the GERD, acid reflux, stomach pain, and diarrhea. This guy goes, this has been a miracle for me. I've been having the most horrible case of GERD in the world for a while now. I take 2 of these in the morning on an empty stomach, and the terrible reflux, heartburn, and diarrhea stops. All right, suggested use. This is what I suggest, boys, okay? Between 1 and 2 grams in the morning on an empty stomach. All right, so before you eat, before you get anything, and even your coffee, get your 1 to 2 grams of mastic gum in the mix right away. Secondly, at night, before bed, right? Because you want your stomach pretty much you want food digested to a significant extent. You don't want to have eaten very recently, when you're taking this stuff. You want to generally take it on an empty stomach. That night before bed, 1 to 2 grams, preferably on an empty stomach, empty or light, or light stomach. All right, now look, people can titrate up or down if they need to. It really depends on how quickly your symptoms start to reduce. What I suggest people do is just to gauge the effects of mastic gum on their issue, and to confirm or deny whether or not this is H. pylori causing their issues, is run this cycle for 30 straight days. Okay, don't take a day off. don't excessively booze in the meantime. After you feel better for 15, at day 15, don't start like eating like shit just to try to test it. You want to knock the numbers down, the actual quantity, measurable or quantifiable quantity of Helicobacter bacterium in your stomach. Run it for 30 days straight. Now, look, it may be the case that, for one reason or another, probably because H. pylori has inhibited stomach acid for so long and those parietal cells are coming back to life and it's taking some time, that you might need to take it for 60 days. You might need to take it for 90 days. You might need to take it ongoingly. I need you to do me a little bit of a favor, huh? Just one little fucking favor, if you would. Would you just hit the like button just one time? Just hit the like button, all right? I need 100 on this one. However, the countless anecdotals of people that have stopped using their fucking proton pump inhibitors, which are terrible for you and eventually malabsorption of B vitamins and can lead to osteoporosis and a host of other problems, cardiac issues too, there's a connection. PPIs don't even solve the issue for reflux and large-scale acid issues and indigestion issues. Run Mastic Gum. Be diligent about it. Be pretty clean on your diet in the meantime. Dose it as suggested here. And for a lot of people, you're going to have a major resolution in your issues that you thought you couldn't fix. That's been going on for 5 years or 2 years or fucking 10 years, man. I've got clients that reflux for 10 years and they've not looked at H. pylori because they had a false negative 10 years ago. Too many false like brother. Lots of false, or sister, if you're watching. Lots of false negatives out there, guys. All right, seriously. I mean, the literature is actually clear on that. It's right there. But I mean, there are other causes to this stuff too. You might just be drinking too much fucking Pinot Noir. So goddamn stop it. Figure out how you can live your life without drinking wine every night. And your reflux might go away, right? But for people whose issue is H. pylori, which I would wager is a lot of people, even if you've tested negative for it, please try Mastic Gum. Run this cycle, stay diligent with it, keep doing it, and see how you fare. Because not only the reviews, but my personal experience, my experience with clients, and the scientific literature seriously back up the use of Mastic Gum for hardcore GI issues. As I said at the beginning, I am a consultant on nootropics, on TRT, on energy optimization, on sexual dysfunction, on erectile dysfunction, and a host of other things. You can hire me in under a minute at livecortex.com. Cortex Stack, serious energy, mental stimulation, and motivation. The Cortex Stack. Take 2 capsules, become smarter, and have a lot more energy. The emperor of focus and flow with stimulant energy. Onsets very, very quickly. A lot of really epic nootropics in this one. Code for that is 25 Cortex. It's 25% off. Torque Stack, all day energy. Dopamine style motivation. Hardcore, potent mental stimulation. This stuff is 25% off right now. Code for that is 25 Torque. And again, the most popular courses I've ever put out are Supercharged Dopamine and Nootropics Mastery. Go check them out at the website. Use the discount code 20NOW to save 20% off of either of those courses or both. All right, boys, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're enjoying the winter, because I am. I'm enjoying that it's 10 degrees here in Pittsburgh and it's been snowing recently. I'm enjoying it. Loving it. I love it so much. I love it. Thank you. Yep. Is what it is. Couple more months and we'll be back to nice weather. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Look here. Look right in mine eyes. Subscribe to the channel, please. It really makes a difference.